What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? This is Jay, and I'm going to do a recap for Power Book 2, Episode 4 live. Okay? There's a lot to talk about. A lot of stuff went down in this last episode, and it got a lot of people talking. And if you're new to this channel, I'm going to do a recap of the episode. Then I'm going to give a real talk review, and then I'm going to give it a Moscow. So let's get into it. But before I get started, since I am doing this live, you may be watching this in the replay. And if you are, don't forget to check in the description box. I got a lot of good info in there. And also, if you're rewatching this live, check the live comments. A lot of people say a lot of great things. I can't get to them all. I'm going to try to, but you can see what's going on in real time and enjoy the show. Now, before I get to the breakdown, I'm going to get to a couple of these comments. Desiree, what's up, sis? Teddy Bear, what is good? I like you blooded out. What's up, Hans? You're telling me what happened there? BJ the Great, what up, boy? Appreciate you, man. Tamika, what's up, sis? You following me on Twitch now, too? I appreciate you. And if you all are not following me on Facebook or Twitch, what you waiting on? It's Jaymoorereviews. Check it out. On Twitch, I'm able to do a few things differently that I'm not able to do on YouTube. And if you're following me on Facebook, you get to see a lot of the posts that I put on YouTube as well as the posts that I put on Instagram. So you get a lot of good info there. So make sure you follow me there. Let's see. John 82, thank you for your support, man. I appreciate the help and help keeping this channel up and running, and I appreciate the huge donation, my brother. Thank you so much. Bobby Bailey, what's good? What's good? Desiree, what's up, sweetie pie? Blood La Honda, blooding, bloodousies. We got Dame Dollar, what's good, Dame, on Twitch. Appreciate you. I know that's right, BJ. I appreciate you checking in. Brother Jod Norman, I appreciate you stopping through. Michael Cepeda, if I was Tariq, I'd be sick and tired of everyone asking me if I read a book. I mean, tell me about it. They all over his back. I mean, he the only student they all over every time he walk in the door. Alizair Ben Israel, Lauren is hot, and that's an understatement. That girl is not hot. She is beautiful. Okay, that is one beautiful woman, I tell you, man. Let's see. No problem, John. I appreciate you, brother, man. Thank you. All right, you guys, I'm about to go ahead and get into it. Lamont, what's good? Lamont Simpson. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and recap episode 4. Okay, now we started off with Tariq on the phone in some type of office building, and we later, see that he was in Simon Stern's office. But before we see that, he get a call from Monet, and she over here trying to tell him the rules, like it's the 10 crack commandment war. So she like, rule 1, always pay the right amount. And rule 2, don't be coming with no shorts and always pay on time. And rule 3, always pay in cash. So I guess she telling him the rules of the game as if he don't know these things. But nevertheless, she tell him, if you follow these rules, we won't have no problems. I hate problems. And so next thing you know, we see he has Stern office. He trying to get a meeting with Simon Stern. And then we see that it's actually Simon Stern's little hubby. And his name is Sebastian Kamal Stern. Call him Bash. And so he tells Bash that the name of the game is convenience, and he trying to bring an app that brings the convenience of tutoring to people. And it was like an on-demand tutor app. And so Bash is liking it, but it seemed that maybe he is a little, manipulative, because the way he come off, it seemed that he may be with Simon Stern for, excuses me, He may be with Simon Stern for all the things that Simon Stern bring to the table, and maybe not just with Simon Stern because he loves him. And so it seems he's opportunistic. Tariq kind of picks up on that. He wants to give him, because Tariq wants all cash payments from the app. And so Bash knows that that's something shady up. And Tariq want to give him 3%. Bash won 15. They end up agreeing on 5% of the proceeds. Now, next thing you know, we see Tasha calling him after he leaves, talking about she know that he on there slanging, trying to pay for Davis, and bad he need to get a gun. And of course, he don't know where to get one. So tell him the laundromat where, you know, Ghost and Tommy used to keep stuff stashed. Tell him do it right away, and then he go ahead and get it. And we see now Tariq strapped up. Now, wow, we see him getting in the class. They talking about another book, Machiavelli and the Prince. I mean, these people reading a book a day almost. Anyway, they were talking about how Machiavelli talk about destroy your enemies totally, which is similar to the art of war. And Machiavelli is somebody that Tupac admired as well. But nevertheless, we see they talking about a new type of applications opening up for some type of canonical studies. And they said that it's in DC and you can get early graduation, 3 years instead of 4. And then somebody like, yeah, Lauren, you should be all over that. Ain't your man in DC? And so then Tariq like, oh, okay, you got a man in DC. All right. And so she kind of tried to play it a little low, but next thing you know, she asking Professor McKnight, can she talk or whatever over some little did. And he thinking, oh yeah, I'm about to tear this up. Okay. And then she like, yeah, he's like, where you want to have dinner at, off campus? She like, yeah, how about with my parents? He like, see. So he like, well, if that's the case, invite Professor Milburn and another student too. And so next thing you know, Tariq talking about I go. And so she really didn't really want him there, but she didn't say no. And so we see later that Monet mad, and she talking to the GTG boys, talking about she gonna have to cut their supply because they been messing up and ain't doing what they supposed to. And then he like, oh, you want to punish me because I doing things my way? Huh? That's what you do? And she say, what? You ain't running things. GTG ain't had nobody running thing since your daddy was dead. You better get it together before I reunite y'all. And he like, oh, okay. And as she leave, he like, puto. And she said, what you say? Bendejo? Huh? You better say it to my face. And he's about to say it. He's about to say, puto. But before he can get out the talk, next thing you know, Kane beating him down. And she, you sure? And beat him down or whatever. And then she like, you beat him down. He like, that's what you wanted, right? Yep. So next thing you know, we see Braden and he's spooked and he about to open up shop or whatever. And then we see they talk about the AIDS students or whatever and trying to get the little tutoring system going and trying to get like referrals or whatever and use the app or whatever and trying to get like some type of weed deliveries, appeals or whatever. And so it's starting to work. And we see that he's trying to get paid cash from Stern, little boo thing, and everything working. Braden making it rain and everything. He happy. And so then later we see Tariq is questioning Davis in his office, and he asking, where's all the money going? What are y'all spending it on? Y'all wasting money on this fake trial. And he's like, we going for sacks. That wasn't a waste because now we know Tasha can't never go on the stand. And then they ask him, where you getting the money? And so it's starting to come up, but Davis don't care. But it seems that the woman that worked with him, his assistant, does. But he don't care. He take the money, he putting it up to his ear, talking to it like, ring-a-ling-a-ling, what's good? That's all he caring about. And so next thing you know, we see Tasha and she talking about how she thinks somebody watching her and got an eye on her, but she got no clue. She thinking it's probably one of the inmates or the girls or whatever. And we later see that And we already knew as the viewers that it was one of the security guards that the Tejadas had in his pocket. So later we see the judge and Davis and everybody talking in the back, and he asking them to throw everything out. And, he trying to say that Dirty Ball Sacks was part of the group, trying to frame Ghost for the murder of Greg, which automatically would make him not be able to be on this case. And then he'd say about how he followed Tariq or threatened Tasha, and so the judge allowed a witness or whatever. And so she was gonna say if any wrongdoing or shadiness comes, she gonna ask him to recuse himself from the case if he can't get it together and anything happen out of the ordinary. So later we see Monet telling them that they got a new business partner, and she talking about it's Tariq, and everybody is like, what? They all wondering what's going on. So she asked Drew to keep an eye on him, follow him, and see how he making the money, make sure he ain't doing nothing stupid that could lead back to them. And so Kane snapped because he, of course, want to check and do it or whatever. But that ain't what the plan was. And she telling him, that ain't what he about to do. And so we see Diana, and she say she'll find out what he doing. And Monet like, no, I can't trust y'all two together. Let's have Drew go. Because she know that maybe they got little feelings developing. And so Kane say that they can control the GTG game. And he say, hey, you supposed to be, letting me handle this or whatever. We supposed to be a team. And that's what she say, we are a team, but on the team, people play different positions. I like this breakdown, which is true. We play different positions. Your position is the muscle, pretty much, and everybody else's positions is different. Play your position. And so next thing you know, we see Drew pop up at Tariq dorm or where he's staying with Braden. And so Tariq a little mad, like, man, what you doing here? And he already knew what the game was. He like, look, I don't need to drop you. I know you basically coming to spy on me. And so he tried to play it off, and he like, man, look, let's just get it over with. What you doing over here? And then Braden show up with some ice cream, all corny or whatever, and Tariq ain't trying to get creamed. And so he leave with him hanging or whatever. So they go to this class that he going to, the art class, and this is where everybody is talking about these scenes in this episode. And so while he there, the teacher is like, oh yeah, come on and join in, which is very unusual for a teacher just inviting people that ain't even in the class to join in and take part. Nevertheless, he sees this guy to the left at the little art easel, and next thing you know, the eyes lock, start getting a little googly, and next thing you know, he over there talking with dude, and Tariq is doing his thing. And while he was there talking with dude, at first he took a couple pictures of Tariq in class. Next thing you know, they kind of got the gaydar working full blast. They done picked up on each other, got a little twangle in the eye. Next thing you know, they sitting there, talking about little art projects or whatever. Next thing we see, Dirty Ball Sacks is mad across town, and he mad because Davis is basically putting him behind the 8 ball in a way. And so Davis wants, Sacks to recuse himself from, the case. And Sacks want to know behind the scenes, how is Tariq paying Davis? He knows something must be up, but Tariq is a minor, and if he tries to do too much, he gonna basically get himself in trouble. Like the judge told him, do anything wrong, we gonna get you out of here. And so we see that he was talking to his little investigator that he had, and he like, man, you told me everything was by the book. What is this? And so Sacks basically got lucky because his little niece that got issues gets brought in. They say that they picked her up with some weed or something, and because of her connections and white privilege, instead of going to jail like anybody else, they take her to him. And so he talking to her. They found her with 2 ounces of weed or something like that, and they was gonna charge her with possession. And Sack say, well, he talking to her. He like, I'm gonna tell your mom, and then she, oh no, don't do that. She gonna write about it on her blog. And so he basically say, you know what? All right, I got something for you. And he gonna basically use her to follow Tariq. And because she a minor and off the books, is like he could, hide behind that. And so later we see Drew, he all smiles and he getting a new Instagram follower and all of that, and his little friend. And then next thing you know, Tariq leave, but he ain't noticed. He was busy. So later we go back to Davis, and he with the judge talking this time, and Blanca is there, and he asking, Sax why he ain't letting her talk and finish the stuff. And she say, he dirty boss, and Sax no clean. He's not clean. He try to say it, and he say he do it, but he take a Terry Silva phone and he try to put it in frame James and Padre, and he try to make him do it. And they say he planning the phone. And they like, well, can you prove it? No, I can't prove it. I can't prove it. But I know he dirty balls. I know it. I smell it. I smell it, the dirty ball a while away. And so then they bring up Lisa Marie, and then with Sachs, how he used her book bag and her to plant the bug. He take the little girl and he put the boy in the pack. He put the boy in the pack, and he was no warrant, he had no authorization. And he do it, and he used it, the mama, and the mama died, and he the COVID video. He COVID video. It's no bueno. It's no bueno. And so we see, she said, he pressured the tank. He pressured tank to lie. I see that with my own eye. I see that. And then he said, well, look, if all this was true, why you didn't stop me? Which was a good point. If I was breaking all these rules and everything, why you didn't stop me? You just as bad. And that was a good one right there. He didn't flip the script on her and made her look bad and stupid. And so then we see that they were saying that they said Terry, he like, yeah, you said Andre Coleman, you had a confession saying that Terry was killed by ghosts. But we know that wasn't true because he was somewhere else. And he busted her, made her look stupid, basically saying, my conduct was standard procedure. And she basically didn't have no hard evidence to prove otherwise. She get pissed, she leave. Judge, she want to talk to Tank. Because she could basically smell dirty ball sacks is no good. But it's hard to prove it. And so he basically just want everything to go away. They just trying to get this over with. Big Mac and everybody is upset that this is still going on. They get Tate in there. They asked Tate, did he lie? And he said that he think Ghost was really a killer. And he was like, he didn't really want to testify, get into all of that when Big Mac and them was talking. And they like, look, he like, look, I don't want to do that. He like, that's my official position. And they like, look, our official position is the DNC don't give a it. And so basically telling him you need to go in there and testify that Ghost was good and Tasha was the queen pin. And so next thing you know, we see Tariq, he getting a call from Paula, and then the text from Lauren, and then he's seeing that Braden needs some more stuff. And so Tariq is busy, and we see Braden happy as can be of what's going on. We see Tariq end up meeting with the lawyer, but he ain't got no more cash. The lawyer like, look, well, the lawyer say we can't take no more cash. This is the woman, the assistant, telling him that because she thinks something shady going on. And she like, look, we need it in a check. We can't have, cash payments no more. And he asked what's going on. And she asked, is he stealing the money or whatever? And he like, yeah, well, I had to take the money from my grandma. She the only one with money right now, but I ain't doing nothing, too bad. And she believed him and fall for it. And she say, look, I can help you. Let me help you. And he like, no one can help me. And so he leave. Later, we see Stern Boo calling him, and now he want 15% because Tariq saying, now I need, the money in the check. And so now, little Bash picks up on that he got Tariq behind the rock in the hard place, so he goes for more money. Later, we see Drew. Now he in the room with this dude he met in art class. And the dude taking off his shirt. He got Kobe Bryant number, which a lot of people didn't like because he had that number and then was involved in some things maybe Kobe Bryant wouldn't. But nevertheless, we see it was a lot going on. He got the little number 24, and then he got a little championship trophy, and Drew rubbing him like, you some muscular mans. Let me draw this trophy. I can do a lot on this. I can make all kind of nice stuff on this. Yeah. You better win, you old muscular man. You want to practice on one-on-one? And so next thing you know, they start kissing or whatever and getting all into it. And, it was a lot of surprises. Nobody probably saw that coming. Later, we see Tariq calling him and interrupting his little groove thing that he had going on. Later, we see Monet asking Diana to answer the phone because Drew was calling, and she like, he calling you, but he ain't call me. He supposed to be checking on Tariq. Put it on speaker. I want to hear what he got to say. Like, she's really controlling. And so she hear him saying, hey, I need you to take Tariq some more product. I can't make it right now. I need you to do that. And so Monet tell her, go ahead, get in, get out. And so next thing you know, we see Diana knocking on the door, and she got a new supply for Tariq. Tariq like, where's Drew at? What's up? And she like, don't worry about that. I'm here. And then next thing you know, she about to kiss him. She like, Zeke told me you want to take me out. You asked for permission. And so they start kissing or whatever. And, she real pretty too. Tariq started to come up, boy. He growing up right before my eyes there. And then next thing you know, he got a knock at the door. And we see that it is Drew. And he kind of spoiled Tariq's action. Talking about some, what y'all doing? What was you doing? Why she got to come here? Where were you at? Anyway, next thing we see Tate talking with the judges. He admitted that he lied. He's saying that Tasha threatened him, made him open up a daycare for her and all kind of stuff. Said he did what he had to do. And she like, what happened with you was talking about James St. Patrick on the campaign trail. He like, I was just saying that between, competitors. It wasn't serious. He said the truth was he feared for his life from Tasha. And so he laying it on thick now, making her look like the queen pin. And Davis asked him, well, why you ain't say nothing? You a former cop. Wouldn't you say something to somebody to cover your own butt? And Tate like, look, I was scared for my life. And shortly after, I was attacked. And he like, attacked? He like, yeah, I don't know by who, but I was attacked. And so Sachs asked if he knew Ghost was a drug dealer. And he said no. And then he laid on real thick about how he was a good guy, inspiration, whatever, and basically made Tasha look bad. And then when he left, Davis pulled him to the side like, you a lying ass ninja. And that was kind of cool because it was like so natural. I came off and he like, you know what? I appreciate your vote. And so then later we see Drew and he in the shower washing off his activities of the day. And then we see Tariq and he's saying later that he knew what was up. But when Drew was in the shower, Monet came in and she asking him about what happened, this, that, and the other. He telling her. And then she kind of looked in his bag or whatever and see that he drew some picture of some man body with a tattoo, and I guess she knows about his sexual preference, and she say, hey, you need to be careful out there in the streets because every man ain't built like us or ready for this life. And so she letting him know to be careful because it could be a liability for him. Then we see that Tariq has got the money. He get the money in the bag. we see the art of what's going on. She say dad was worried about him when it comes to the business for Drew, but she say she more worried about Drew when it comes to the world. And then she told him, make sure you always come home. Now later we see Tariq, well, the dinner going on with Lauren and the family and, Professor McKnight. Of course, Tariq is running late and he was trying to get some flowers, but they were closed. He get there, Lauren mad, like, oh, so nice of you to join us. And so they already on dessert. They done ate the din they on dessert. And so then they saying, oh, yeah, well, he's on time. It's colored people time. Actually, colored people time actually still exists. Well, if you look back at the time, what's going on? I mean, it just Professor McKnight started rambling on some old stupidness, and then Carrie, she kind of cut him off, and then Tariq asked about the book or whatever, and they was talking about the prince is about how to be a sociopath. That's what Lawrence mother was asking him, and he's like, well, no, I say it's better to address your competition head on. And they were saying, well, in the book about, going behind and sneakily taking people out or something like that. And he like, nah. And then they talking about they follow his case a little bit and what's going on. And then they like, well, Carrie, don't you know Davis McLean? And she probably had some type of little relationship with him, especially now that we know she a sex addict. But nevertheless, she kind of brushed it off or whatever because Professor McKnight was trying to put on blast. And so then they is asking him about the parents about his book. They liked the first one. I asked when his second book come out, and then she kind of busts up laughing like, her second? That already came? When? You mean his third? So basically his second book was a flop. It wasn't as successful. And a lot of people didn't know that, and she kind of jabbed him back because he's been giving her a hard time. And so then we see that Lauren and Tariq get up, leave from the table, and she starts talking about how her brother had all these pressures or whatever and started using drugs, and that how he's in a facility now or whatever the case. And so Tariq like, that ain't gonna happen to you. And so we'll see. And then she like, well, is with my parents. He was talking about his last conversation with his dad and how he was trying to get him to do all this stuff. And she like, well, how'd you get him to back off? Like, she don't know this dude is dead. But he died. He should have been like, I put 2 to the chest. That's how you do it. But anyway, he say, people always asking him a lot of questions or whatever, this and that. Then she had the secret. He like, well, why don't we trade? And so, she say that she could show him the secret better than she could tell him. And so they start to kiss, and Tariq getting some more lip action. Next thing you know, though, the doorbell ring, and we see it's this dude, Malcolm, who was her boyfriend, and he got flowers. Lauren surprised, everybody surprised. He's some old Uncle Tom Square. We're brothers who are brothers. Hey, I know you. She helps to read to you at the local YMCA. And so she kind of embarrassed almost a little bit and shocked that he show up. And so next thing you know, he talking about Tariq as some dude, Jamal. And so we like, no, that ain't me, this, that, and the other. And so Tariq and everybody leave. So then we see later that Professor McKnight is back at his office or house or whatever, and he talking with Carrie, talking about, yeah, that's the type of black love that I want. They kind of got it right. And so Carrie mad at him, and she talking about, yeah, you just minimizing my feelings, this, that, and the other. You don't have to put on the front. They not here no more. And so, she think that he was only there at that meeting because he wanted to smash Lauren, which was true. And He just invited everybody else when he realized she wasn't interested in getting smashed. And so he like, well, if that's the case, why'd I invite you guys? And so she didn't think about all that or whatever. And so they started talking about, yeah, well, I know you slept with your grad student. And he like, which one? Like he ain't even tripping. He on the roll. He smashing. And so she like, she about to leave. She mad. And he like, you know what? You just mad because you hate yourself because you want me. And so she kind of looked, slammed the door, mad, locked the door. Then she just come, push him down, take off his stuff, like take control. Next thing you know, she riding that rodeo. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't got no complaints. And so we see that Sax later and his niece, she at that party for Tariq, and she see Tariq at the party, but Sax told her don't say nothing to him, just keep an eye on him. First thing she do when she see Tariq, walk right up to him and start talking, and she says that he has a dark energy around him or something. And so later we see Braden in the pink fur trying to be like Cameron or something, and he think he all gangster and whatever. Next thing you know, he hollering at her, and then we see Tariq, he mad at Lauren Tex or whatever, and so Braden still hollering at Saxon niece. He asked for the digits, and then Tariq upstairs at this balcony tell this dude that Braden had pills or whatever. I guess maybe dude was the competition or something. And so next thing you know, dude want to fight. He go over there to fight Braden. Tariq watching. Now all of a sudden, Braden gangster, he know how to fight. And so he go over there. She take a picture of Tariq though while he was standing there, which really was no point. Like, what is that picture going to prove? That he goes to parties in college? Anyway, so we see later that Stern Boo just wired the money to Tariq. And so we see that Paula is with Davis and they start having sex. That's, Davis' assistant. And unfortunately, we had to enter the 37th chamber of the Woo, aka Method Man booty crack. I did not want to see this man's booty crack, but we had to endure that as well. It was a lot going on in this episode, but nevertheless, while he making love with her, she covering up her little tickle bitties and everything. And then when they done, you know, she get the little, transfer or whatever, and they talking about, she tell him she found the, that they want to stay undefeated and win the case, and that Davis we see putting on his wedding ring, so he been cheating on his wife with her, and it's just a lot of everybody got skeletons in the closet basically, and so we see him thinking about Blanca, and next thing you know, Tamika is at the door, and she opened it with some flowers and papers. You got served. And so next thing you know, we see that the dude that Braden was fighting got suspended. It's like, well, that's what happens when you fight one of them. And so Braden got enough pull to get this kid suspended from school. I mean, in Power season 6, he was talking about his parents only made a couple $100,000 a year. Now, this dude got pool, got buildings built. They are rich. Like, damn, his family came up quick, right? Anyway, he was like, that's what happened for punching a Weston. That was Braden Weston. And so later we see Lauren, and she's sitting with Tariq, and he say that she don't have to explain about what happened at the house with Malcolm or whatever. And she like, he talking about we 18, we ain't got to worry about that or whatever. She like, well, actually, you're 17. He like, well, I'll be 18 soon. And so he like, you know what? I ain't worried about it. I ain't afraid. A competition. I don't back down from competition. I'm coming for that rump roast, baby. And so while he talking with her, he get a text from Diana. Dirty Diana. Yes. And so she see it, And like he was telling her, I understand we young, you got options. And then he get the text. She like, oh, who's Diana? He like I say, got a lot of options, baby. You want to be option number one or option number two? You decide. So anyway, later we see Tasha doing push-ups, and that was probably my favorite scene of the episode. She trying to get swole off bread and water. Who wants some? You want some of this? She a little late trying to do push-ups. Tasha, that ain't about to work, but hey, it was cute. And then next thing you know, she get text on her burner phone of Tariq in class, the picture that Drew took, basically letting her know, hey, we got eyes on your people. Anything he do wrong or whatever, we can get him. He can get touched. And then, we see Sax getting a picture of Tariq from his niece. And so Tariq got eyes on him. He's dealing in a dangerous situation. And hey, it was a hell of an episode. It had some ups and downs, some shocking moments. And everybody been talking about it. It's been very controversial. Now, let me get to a couple more of these comments, and then I'm going to give it a Moscow. Let's see. I see you, Ty. What's up, sis? Just listening while you at it. You're going to have to come back. All right, that's what's up. I appreciate your support, though, girl. Let me get to some more of these comments. Y'all got a lot of good comments. I ain't going to be able to get to all of them. Troubles, what's up? What's up? Bobby Bailey, Tasha better not interfere in Tariq and Monet drug business. I know that's right. She going to end up getting that boy killed. Bama on Twitch, what's up? Checking in on Twitch. Bama, I appreciate you. Thanks for checking in. Let's see. Mike, why Monet angry in every scene? She never happy. You got an excellent point. She always mad about everything. Who you on the phone with, what you doing, who you talking to. Ain't nothing she happy about. So you do got a good point about that. Tamika, what's up, sis? Wouldn't it be ironic if Tommy came from out of nowhere to testify against her? That would be what she deserved, too, for throwing Tommy under the bus, which was stupid because if he ever testify, it ain't going to work. So, Bobby, Tamika might have a sex scene. Who gonna be a sexy Tamika? That's funny. Chris P, do we really want to see Tamika contort her face in sexual ecstasy from Davis? You think Davis about to get old Earth? Tear up? That's funny. Let's see. Clutching. You think Tariq gonna smash his professor? If Tariq was a little more mature and advanced, maybe even a little older, I would say yeah. And I wouldn't blame him either. But I don't think he's ready for the major league yet. And so we'll see. Are you drunk? I must have missed who you talking to. You asking, am I drunk? Do I seem under the influence of anything? This is what I'm drunk on. A little agua. A drink de water. I had to put it in here to get some ice. But as far as drunk, no, I'm not drunk. Y'all wouldn't want to see me fumbling over something drunk or half falling asleep, would you? Why does Diana look like Cheryl Caesar? One Journey. You always leave great comments. Appreciate your support. You say Monet has children she working with. So what are you saying? That's why she mad? Because the kids keep messing up? Crash Money. My brother always got my back. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Tamika might have a nice body. You know what? I make a joke or whatever, but she is a pretty woman. Like, she's not ugly. I may call her old Earth because I think she looked a little bit like Eartha Kitt when Eartha Kitt was younger. But Eartha Kitt was fine, though. So I don't be saying that. I say it to be funny, but I don't think she ugly. I think she a pretty woman. And, she might have that grandma booty up under that pantsuit, boy. Drop it on your bang. Ooh, I didn't know you had one of those. Let's see. One journey, you said no. I don't get it. What you want? So that's not what you were saying? Then you say yes. I don't know. You got me confused. Let's see. Tamika on Facebook. I think he want Tommy to cancel Christmas. What kind of question is, are you drunk? I think you do want me to cancel Christmas on that hand. Don't you ask me that. I am boogie sugar only, all right? That's all I do is the boogie sugar, all right? I like it. I like a little sweet and low, all right? Okay? That's all I do. I don't get drunk. Because then if I'm drunk, then I can't focus. I can't, shoot straight. With the boogie sugar, it gets me enhanced. I'm like RoboCop. I'm Robo Thug. Chris P. J. may want to see Tariq in the menage a trois with Professor Milgram and Lauren. I mean, hey, I wouldn't turn the channel. Whitney, my sis, what's good, Whitney? I'm glad you're having a good time, girl. Ghost did not work with children. Oh, okay, I got you. And that's the fact. And she working with kids, and that's probably why she frustrated, because she need to hire a more experienced workforce. But, that is something. Tamika is Condoleezza Rice. That was funny. Oh yeah, I got another one. Drew is like Jamal from Empire, aka Dramal. Dramal, let me write this on this muscular man. You're a muscular man. I can just draw all kind of beautiful things on you. I can do it. Another thing I want to address is the last video I made. People in the comments saying the dumbest things, okay? Talking about why is it important to talk about if he gay or not. It's not important, but every celebrity business is talked about. Nobody said that when they were talking about Jada and Will and their entanglement. Nobody was running there saying, why is you talking about that with Cardi B and Offset? If people from the LGBT community want equal treatment when you're in the public eye, they talk about your personal business. It's not that I'm picking on them or singling them out. And they say, well, why you didn't do it about Ghost? I did do it about Ghost. People was talking about who Amari Hardwick was with in real life. I did a video about that. People want to know. If you don't want to talk about that, or you don't want people asking, they should stop putting it in TV and putting it in people's face, because that's what happens. You want to be treated equal? Well, that everybody else's business is talked about that is famous in the public eye. I would be treating you equal if I refuse to talk about it. If I didn't say anything negative or derogatory, you need to stop. You need to move on. Stop crying and complaining about stuff that nobody said. Stop putting words in my mouth or making up stuff. That's pathetic. If I said something, then say what I said. If I didn't say it, move on, because it don't apply. You try to put words in my mouth. You're trying to work yourself up to get angry about something that I didn't say and I didn't do. Don't bring that here, because I ain't the one. I'm not going to decide like somebody trying to tell me how I should tell my jokes and what I should and shouldn't say. How many people get up there and telling comedians what they should and shouldn't say? Comedy is subjective. Some people say things, some people get the joke, some people don't. That's how comedy works. I watch Dave Chappelle and other people. I don't laugh at everything he say. Some things I like more than others, but I'm not going to tell him to remove it from his act. That's his act. He talking to more than just me. So, people need to stop that. And when people are treated equally, then that's how it looks. It wasn't saying anything derogatory or putting anybody down. And I'm glad I remembered to bring that up, because I was tired of seeing that stuff, because it was pathetic. Anyway, let me get some more of these comments. One journey. Exactly. We talk about them all. So if somebody is gay and I don't talk about it, that's discrimination. I need to talk about them just like I talk about everybody else. I don't talk about the straight people in a negative light, but I will say what's going on, just like I don't talk about the people in the other community in a negative light, but I will say what's going on. It's just that. Chris P, you think Kane knows Drew is gay? That's a really good question. I don't think he does. I need to wet my whistle after that one, man. But no, I don't think he does. Cash Money said he don't think he does either. Chris P, I'm afraid if he doesn't already know and does find out, he'll kill Drew's boyfriend. Kane crazy. Dang, that is true. He probably would do something to both of them. And he probably definitely would have a problem with Drew probably running the business or being over him, because a lot of people perceive that as being weak. And the way Kane is so quick to kill, he probably think Drew won't handle it right when he's supposed to. So some of these comments you all got, I like and agree with, but I can't repeat and put on here. So, I'm not trying to bring more problems and things that are necessary. But, we'll see. Let's see, Chris P. There are no openly gay gangsters out there that I know of. Kane might kill Drew just to uphold the family name. That's true. That is true about he may kill him to uphold the family name. As far as openly gay gangsters, I guess I'm getting old. I don't feel that way, but when I was out there in the streets like that in the 90s, I wasn't never Nino Brown or nothing like that. But I never came across that openly gay gangster. Now, maybe somebody may have been doing something sneak or behind or in the closet, but that wasn't something that I came across. Now, I don't know what's happened with this new generation and what's going on, but that wasn't something that I ever saw or experienced. Tamika, off topic. Jay, are you registered to vote, and are you? I never vote. No, I'm just joking. Yes, I am registered to vote, and yes, I will vote. People have died for the right to vote. Family members, everybody has struggled and fought for this for us. And if you think it don't matter, you're falling into the trap they want you to, which is not voter suppression. So, yeah, I'm a vote. I live in a Republican state, though, so I know it probably won't do much. But hey, I can only do what I can for me. So that's what I do. Let's see. John Blades, you got to have thick skin these days. For real. I mean, they can take a D, but can't take a joke. Come on. Let's say. That's what I say. You can take a schlong, but you can't take a joke. Come on now. Let's see. Charles Smith, what's up, brother? I don't think Kane knows his parents know, but don't want to acknowledge it. I bet that guy Kane beat up will kill Drew. That was a bad move to beat that dude up in front of everybody, because the way it works in the streets is, in order for him to maintain his power, reputation, and respect, he gonna have to come back at them. Like, it wasn't like they beat him down by himself. He didn't got embarrassed in front of his crew. That would lose respect and power with them. He trying to tell them something and be like, yeah, why you ain't tell Kane when he had his foot in your way, huh? Now you trying to get hard with us, huh? Uh-huh. So that might happen. Let's see. You forget The Wire had an open gay gangster. No, I don't forget that. The Wire is a TV show. That's a TV show. He was talking about real life. He was talking about real life. And actually, The Wire was based on real life stuff, and the character Omar wasn't gay. They made him gay for the show. So even though The Wire is based off of real stuff, they still changed it and made somebody gay that wasn't gay in real life. So it made for good TV, but that wasn't real. It just is what it is. So, let's see. Chris P, yeah, I got it. I picked up. I knew you meant real life. Let's see. Is Braden proving himself to be a Tommy type for Tariq? No, not at all. He beat up another preppy boy. I think when the it hits the fan, he gonna fall like a wet newspaper, straight up. Like I don't see him doing nothing. And he can easily lean on his family or people for help. So I don't see that. Louisiana boy, you say that he's a mixture of Kanan and Tommy. Kane is. He a bad dude. Kane is probably the hardest dude on the show that we have encountered right now. He don't give a damn. He'd be ready to pop you and, eat a burger. Lord Bison, Omar listening, I better be cool, man. Omar is a killer. You say support. Omar from The Wire was gay, but the writers didn't make it a part of the party and force it just because. That's true. But the character that Omar was based off of wasn't gay in real life. They made that decision for the show. So, druggy, just because Braden is white doesn't mean he's Tommy. And I agree. I don't think people are saying it because he's white, but it is kind of part of it. But he acts nothing like Tommy and nowhere near it. I think they just put him as the white sidekick role, but he is not. And nobody like me, all right? Yeah, I will cancel his whole semester if he try to be like me, all right? I'm Tommy E and don't play that. Let's see. LK Raw. Omar didn't even make for good TV. It added no value. I'm tired of them pushing I should have read these comments first. But that's your opinion. And people are entitled to their opinion. So, during the time that The Wire was out, I was a very busy person and I didn't watch a lot of TV, so I didn't see all of The Wire. I didn't even have cable at that time, and I was working out in the streets doing all kind of stuff. So it was a time period where I didn't see a lot of TV shows or movies and things. But I did go back and watch stuff. I never went back and watched every episode of The Wire again, though. Or Oz or The Sopranos. Like when during that time period, those shows was what everybody was talking about. And I remember that, but I wasn't watching it because, like I say, I was too busy out in the streets and doing other stuff during that time period. I say from like 95, 94 to probably 03 or 04. I didn't really watch any TV, but I've caught up. So let's see. Yeah, I saw that in Lovecraft Country, and actually I'm about to do Lovecraft Country recap after this. So when I end this stream, I'm gonna bring it right back up, but I'm gonna be talking about Lovecraft Country, episode 7. So if you want to talk about Lovecraft Country episode 7, when I end this stream, I'm going to be starting it right back up in less than a couple minutes. So bring your buns back and we going to talk about that too. Okay. Now, let me get a couple more questions and then I'm going to go ahead and give this episode a Moscow. Let's see. One Journey. You watched The Wire. You didn't like it. I mean, I watched it. I saw a little. It was okay, but it didn't compel me to want to see the rest. But I may go back out and look or whatever again one day. Let's see. Lord Bison, Ghost did not need an app. He was big time and owned the nightclub. I mean, yeah, the Ghost was on a whole nother level than Tariq. That is kind of smart to use the app, but he's leaving a paper trail too. So we'll see. How many people can you tutor? They're going to have him tutoring $1 million worth. Like, damn, you the genius. How you tutor the whole school? We talk about, well, I'm going to hire other tutors. Tutor. I mean, it could have been a good app, actually, though. If people in school is using that, but I don't know. Chris P, you crazy, man. Let's see. Dame Dollar. Braden is the type of dude that will call his daddy if he gets busted and provide the police with the entire layout of Tariq's drug operation. Tariq should bring him by Mona's. Yeah, Monet's. You ain't lying. Like, I would have a hard time trusting and working with Braden because he got way more to lose than me, which means that he could be compromised if he was busted to sell me out. And we need to be having the same amount of skin in the game. We need to be on the same level for me to trust you with my life, because basically that's what you're doing, because you're taking penitentiary chances. You trusting this person that if they do get busted, they won't try to bring you down with them or sell you out to save their ass. You know, if you can't take those chances, don't do that type of work. You know, that's how I was brought up. If you feel that if you get busted, you may snitch, or if you going to get busted that you can't do the time, do not do that work. Do not go into that field. Do not sell drugs. Do not do none of that, because it's not for you. Some people try to make it seem that selling drugs or whatever is the easy way out. No, it's not. It's one of the hardest jobs in the world, actually, in the U.S. You got to worry about other people trying to rob you, kill you. You got to worry about the police. You got to worry about people putting you in jail, framing you. It's just a lot going on. It's a very hectic life. And like Ghost used to say, in the end, you may end up dead or in jail. The smart ones figure out a way to diversify themselves like Ghost was doing. Because if you just stay doing that, it's just only a matter of time. So, you know, that's a very, very, very difficult job. And a lot of people don't give that aspect of it the credit it deserves. It's very difficult. So, you know, let's see. Pharaoh De Niro. I feel like they got a chance to develop Kane's character as him being smarter and learning from his mistakes and still not be weak and continue to be a protector for his family. Yeah, I agree. I think that, you know, he's probably the most interesting character because he's similar to what we watched in the last 6 seasons of Power, meaning the gangster. Like, if you take him out of the equation, we are watching like a college kid, like a different world almost. The TV show, a different world. Like, it's not that interesting. It's not that exciting. If we didn't know the backstory of Tariq and this was a fresh show coming out of nowhere, man, I don't know. Because it's not a lot. We haven't seen much yet in these first 4 episodes that is like really grabbed me personally. Like, I tune into the show expecting to see some type of gangster stuff, shooting, killing, you know, stuff like that. Whatever it's worth, that's what the show I thought it was about. And it's not a lot of that going on yet. So, you know, it is what it is. So we'll see. Jamal, Tariq about to get himself caught up in entanglement. You ain't lying. Man, he about to get that little weenus in trouble. Let's see. Kennedy, you just found out why they call him Nancy. Why is it that they call him Nancy? Let me know. Lord Bison. In the film American Gangster, the Asian drug lord named Kun Sa, who sold to Frank Lucas, ran the whole Golden Triangle. I used to reside in Thailand. The dope game is serious. The dope game is very serious. Very serious. Like, that is no joke on no level. And like, you don't get like written up when you make a mistake or suspended. Like, you get killed. So, you know, it's not the same. And you know, it is what it is. HFG, I love the different world, but that's not what I signed up for this show. Exactly. So, like, That's the one thing people from the LGBT community sometimes have a problem with too. Some people are signing up or watching the show expecting to see certain things. Everybody does. So when you come expecting to see something and then you seeing other stuff or it's not going the way it's going, you have the right to voice your, feelings. If that's not what you signed up for. Like, I love the different world too, but I knew what I was getting into and I wanted to see that. That's what I was looking for. The Cosby Show. Theo, we get the pudding pop. Anyway, I can't get my Cosby right now. I like to talk to you. Anyway, you know what you're going into. Like, for example, Lena Waithe came out with a new show called 20s about pretty much her life and what she was going through becoming a writer in Hollywood. You know what that show is about. They showing that her relationships or whatever. A person knows if they're interested in that and they know what to expect. Now, if you watching that and all of a sudden you seeing people doing drive-bys and shooting and the Terminator start walking across the screen, that don't go right. It don't fit. And that's not what you signed up for. When you went looking at that show, you wasn't expecting to watch the Terminator or drive-bys or whatever. You want to see that, you go turn to those movies. So that's all, man. People sometimes are going in expecting one thing, and if they see something else, then that goes for everybody. Just like I got people that I watch movies with, they don't like action movies, which is crazy to me. They don't want to see people get shot. My mom don't want to see people get shot all the time and stuff. Don't bother me, but that's what she don't want to watch. Nobody has a problem with that. So, some people don't want to see the other stuff. That's their option, you know. So I don't know. People get too sensitive about the wrong things. So druggy, y'all don't like this show because y'all don't like school. That has nothing to do with the other. That's actually funny to me. It's not that you don't like school or something. It's not interesting sometimes. It's not. It's boring. That's what it is. If I was in school, I would be there for me and enhancing my life. I'm not going there to laugh and be entertained. So when people watch TV and shows, they're looking for a certain type of entertainment, and everybody likes different entertainment, just like you guys are watching me, and I appreciate it. Don't you leave. But you guys wanted to watch this. It's other things to watch and do. That's what you like. A lot of people are not watching this. They don't want to see it. So, I just think we all need to just understand that that's perfectly fine. It's the difference between I didn't want to see this or that's not what I was looking for versus putting somebody down or being disrespectful, So if a person say that's not they bag, that's not my bag, baby. That was my bad Austin Powers impression. Yeah, baby. I think that should be okay. So anyway, Jamal, let's see. Jay, you have a great point comparing this spinoff to a different world. If it wasn't for having the Kane character on the spinoff, my man, exactly. These first 4 episodes did not get me out of my seat so far. I agree. Like, I know he in college and doing this and that, but I didn't know we would be seeing his teachers and all of this and that. Although she's pretty and I like seeing her, the story ain't doing nothing for me, and I'm just keeping it real. This is the real talk segment, and the story don't really do nothing for me, So hey, it is what it is. Let's see. Chris P, who had the sexiest sex scene the other night? The professors, Paul Davis and Paula, or Drew? Woo! I'm gonna have to go with the professors, man. You couldn't really Method Man and stuff. I didn't want to see the 37th chamber. And Carrie is very beautiful. So hey. One Journey, Gangster Life Entertainment. Hey, it's true though. All right, let's see. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a Moscow. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to go to the Lovecraft Country recap because a lot happened in the last episode of Lovecraft Country that I want to cover. So make sure you come back because man, we got to talk about that. Now, I'm about to give it a Moscow, and if you're not familiar, a Moscow is my own rating system that I use to rate movies and TV show episodes. It's 4 categories with a top score of 25 in each category, which can give you a high score of 100. Now, I'm about to get to the categories and let's see, what I come up with and how they did. Now, wait, come on, click. Moscow. Category 1, the visuals and cinematography. Now, they use quality cameras and they do show Tariq in some nice places, and we get to see the city of New York and good scenery and things. But it's not a special effects movie or some type of John Wick traveling around the world and things. So it's not over the top. So for what the show is, I give it a 15 for visuals and cinematography. Second, storyline and plot. Now, this storyline and plot, I'm starting to get a little lost in it. It's just not lost, but bored, rather. It's not really exciting me. And this episode really wasn't that, it didn't do it for me like that. And overall, I think it is still advancing the plot. So, in the acting as well is okay. So I give that a 15 as well. Special effects and makeup. They don't have special effects really in this show other than when somebody gets shot or something like that. The makeup and costumes and everything and outfits and the women, they all look good. They all have good makeup. They all look beautiful, Lauren and Diana and things like that. So for special effects and makeup, I'm going to give that a 15 as well. And finally, entertainment and fun factor. Episode 4 wasn't that entertaining to me. It had a couple moments I liked, but overall, it didn't blow me away or do it for me like that. And so I give that episode a 10, which brings it to a total score of 55. Okay. 15 for category 1, 15 for category 2, category 3, 15, and category 4, 10. Total Moscow of 55, which is not that high. It's actually one of my lowest rated episodes, and it just wasn't all that to me. I had a couple moments, but it wasn't blowing me away. And so let's see. I get to a couple of you guys' comments. HFG, storyline is still a weak area. You're right. Thank you. I mean, look, I don't work for them. They're not going to hire me. And, I just got to have integrity, and I just try to tell the truth, unless you the cops. But, hey, man, I'm just keeping it real. That's my opinion, my feelings, and I just let it be known. Let's see. Chris P. Diana riding Tariq like a Honda motorcycle would be hot, but I think he prefers Lauren as his first college sweetheart. He would be smart to choose Lauren over Diana because Lauren is actually a safer bet too. That's like his Angie. and Diana would be like his Tasha in the game, down sister he could talk to and have his back, no stuff. But she in the game, but she don't want to be, but she is. And you know, Lauren is not in the game trying to do the right thing. I'm going to choke. I'm going to get the scholarship. And so that's like his good girl is Angie. And so we'll see. Let's see. Lord Bison, Power Book 2. You gave the first category of 15. Hey, this is a good idea. You all tell me what you would rate the episode overall, and also give me a shout out where you from, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. So go ahead, put in what would you give this episode out of 100, and you can shout out where you from, and I'm gonna give you a shout out and read your score before I go. Like that? That was a freestyle. So you gave it a 15, a 10, 10, 15. So we was pretty much close to the same. You gave it a, what, 50, 30, 40, 50. Yeah, you gave it a 50. I gave it a 55. It was all right. You know, if that was the first episode I watched, it wouldn't make me want to watch more. You know, let's see. Nah, you made it. Another random time. You got to stop being so random. You need to be more specific. Let's see. Oh, I just saw one I was about to read. Juice, you gave it a 5.5 out of 10. Meek, Tamika, you back in the Facebook. That's what's up, girl. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's a fair score. Let's see. Jamal, Jaymoore, the storyline is kind of suspect. Good brother, unfortunately. Kemp really thought the show was going to be good without Ghost. Killing off the main characters already backfiring on him, bro. It does hurt, man. It's a lot of people is having a hard time overlooking Tariq gave Ghost the kiss of death, basically. Man, you crazy, man. You didn't put it in the negative. Let's see. Druggy, you want Diana over Lauren? I mean, you wouldn't be either way. You wouldn't be wrong, but it depends on if you want to be in the game or not. If you in the game, then you want to be with Diana. If you want to get out the game, then you want to be with Lauren. Let's see. Juice, thank you so much for your support for my channel. You say they should start Tate's story from Minister Society. Ha! That would be funny. Let's see. People watch Power just to see sex and violence. Question mark. The answer is yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's what we watch. If I want to see somebody crying on the shoulder, I'll turn a Lifetime. So we'll see. Del Traverso, 89 out of 100. Big ups from Queens. That's what's up, brother. So you like that episode. And I can see how some people like it or whatever. I mean, it wasn't the worst, but it wasn't the best either. Larry Jones, 4 out of 10. That's what's up. You from Earth? Man, what is that like? 62 out of 100. That's what's up. Let's say. Larry Jones, 40 out of 100. Druggy, you gave it 8 out of 10. Tariq is training Diana. When you know what someone wants, you give it to them or take it away. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Cash Money, you love that episode of 100 out of 100. That's what's up. All right, y'all. Hey, first 3 seasons had me wanting Angela, man. Hey, Angela turned me on too. I don't give a damn, man. She was fine. And the first 3 seasons, man, and the sex scenes with her and Ghost, man, that was some passionate scenes right there. I mean, for real, you know. So we'll see. You say we overdue for a kill. Somebody got to go. You ain't lying. Like this is what it's got to be. That's what this show is about. You love I appreciate it, brother. I love your support, man, and your comments. Hey, that's why I said, Dame, if he gonna stay in the game, Diana for him, because if he hurt her or anything, he dead. He is dead, dead, dead. All right, y'all. I'm about to get ready to get up out of here, but I'm gonna start the stream right back up. Except I'm gonna be talking about Lovecraft Country, episode 7, which was very interesting as well. Come back. We can still chop it up, talk about Lovecraft, whatever. But hey, you know, it is what it is. Angela was bad. Hey, man, people try to say because she was white or this or that or whatever. She was not white. She was Puerto Rican. And, you know, I'm not a prejudiced person. A beautiful woman is a beautiful woman. It is what it is. Man, I love the Hanji. Muy caliente. Hanji, you muy bueno. Muy bonito. Ay, mami. So we'll see. Sylvia, 75 out of 100. That's what's up, girl. HFG, thank you for your support. I appreciate you, man. All of you guys have been great. All of this helps to keep my channel up and running, and it really, really helps. I don't always get the most support from YouTube for whatever reason. So a lot of my videos are not shown as much as others, but I am very thankful for you guys. And before I go, I do want to say thank you, each and every one of y'all. 25K subs. Couldn't have made it without y'all. We did it. We got much more to go. The part of subs, in case you didn't know, subscribers do not make a YouTuber money. You don't receive any revenue from subscribers. But what subscribers does is it increases your visibility and increases your legitimacy so that you can have other opportunities, or like when I'm trying to reach interviews, people will see this channel is worth their time and I could bring more great content to you guys. So I appreciate it. I wouldn't have been able to do it without you guys. Each and every one of you all is important. I appreciate you. I'm getting ready to sign off. HFG, thank you for joining my new membership. If you guys are not familiar, I do have a membership area that you could join. I try to put little content on there that I don't put everywhere else. I'm not able to do it as much as I like, but it does help. And the difference is with that, it always helps when people donate money to the channel. But like Patreon and membership is important because with that, I can plan better because I know, okay, this month I will have X amount of dollars coming in. I can afford to pay for the streaming service. I can afford to pay for these apps. I can afford to pay for whatever the case or buy this equipment. And I appreciate you guys giving me that type of stability to grow my channel, because all of the things and proceeds I get, I reinvest back into the channel and try to bring more dope content for you guys. So you guys are amazing. I love you. I'm about to get out of here. I'll do one last impersonation before I go. You guys go ahead. Whoever sends the first one, that's what I do. Let's see. Can you email me? All you got to do if you guys want to contact me is you can go to the About tab on my homepage, and I have all the links for you to contact me. You can email me or whatever. If you want to work with me or whatever, you can email me and we can talk about it. My email is Jaymoorereviews@gmail. So don't put your personal information out there because you don't know who may contact you, but you can email me and we can see what's going on from there. Now, I do have a lot of emails, so it is kind of hard for me to get the stuff. I'm going to show you my phone. What does your phone look like? Here's my phone. Let's see if the glare come down. You see all these red dots? Oh, it ain't coming through. Anyway, I got 147,231 emails. Woo! Anyway, I appreciate you guys. You all great. I'm about to start up this love crab, and I'll see you in a second. You want to see Blanca? You want me to Blanca? You're going to give me Blanca going to go. But before I go, I'm going to give you what you want. I'm going to put dirty ball sauce in you. I'm going to go ahead and clean it and clip. Now I'm going to do a cleaning and a clip because it is muy malo. And I'm going to put it down. I'm going to put it in you, and it's never going to be good again. It's never going to touch a criminal. He tried to reverse it on me. It don't work. I know better. You take a Perry Silva phone and you try to plant it on me. You make it me do all of the work and you try to take it the credit. I'm going to put you in jail for that. You no good. You bad. Whoever bad. All right. Chris P. Somebody said you copying somebody. Ty, it takes you a month to see an email. Well, that's what I say. I got 147,000. It's a lot to go through. But, you know, if I know it's coming, I'll look for it in particular. So, we'll see. Chris P., I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Let's see. Chris P., Mark Dark is still invested in buyers 10 reviews per episode. Woo! I will say this, Mark Dark make a lot of videos. I can't keep up with that. He make more videos than I do. Sometimes I wonder, man, am I making too few? Or should I make more or what? I don't know. I can't do that. I can only do me. I don't know. Maybe people don't want to see as many, like Chris P say. I don't know. But I don't know. Anyway, I'm about to get out of here. Judge Joe Brown, what is good? Appreciate you. Lord Bison, man, thank you for joining the membership, man. I appreciate you. Thank you a lot. Yeah, became a YouTube member, man. That's what's up, man. And if you all are wondering how they're doing this, all you got to do is go to memberships tab on the homepage of my YouTube channel, and that's where you can sign up. And it does have a couple little things that you can get perks to or whatever, but you know, it is what it is. All right, you guys, I'm about to sign off and start up this Lovecraft, and I'll see y'all in a minute. Y'all great, and I'll see y'all in a minute. I'm out.